currently on page 89 of With a Vengeance by Riley Sager. I've been reading this for the past, not a week, like off and on. I feel like consistently I've been reading it for the past 3 days, and it took a while to get used to because it's in third person point of view, and we kind of switch which point of view, like which character we're following, but mainly so far it's been from Anna, who is our main character. And this book, I feel like, is the most deep book and also the most like tragic book ever, because it is set kind of just a little bit after World War II, and Anna, our main character, has been basically like betrayed by some of the people that she grew up with, and these people created this train and all of these things are going on, and she's trying to get revenge. So she invites the 6 people onto the train so that she can basically turn them into the police. And apparently someone has died, because we're going back in time. We know immediately someone has died, but now we're going back to like 8 hours before, so we don't know who's died or who did it. So it's getting interesting now, and I think I'm really liking it. So when we get onto the plane, I think I'm gonna hopefully finish most of it, and hopefully I can finish it tomorrow. But I'm having such a good time at the pool. Like, tanning and reading and being by the pool is my thing.
The world I used to know, I see it differently. You woke me from a dream, now here's reality. Baby, baby, you are really hurting me. 'Cause every time you tell me I look good and that I'm doing fine, but nothing ever changes. And now I see, baby, you are hurting me. Stuck in repeat. Stop lying.
Hello, my absolute bestie queens. I have finished, after a couple of days, I finished With a Vengeance by Riley Sager. I wanted to sit on it. I finished it last night. I love this book, but the funny thing is, when I started it, I wasn't enjoying it. I think it was the third person point of view. There was a lot of what felt like this kind of like plot building. You needed a lot of backstory to really understand what the whole thing was, because Anna has the deepest backstory I have ever read. Like, I was crying by page 100. I don't usually cry during thrillers. It's just never happened before. Like, if you've cried during a thriller, please tell me. But I haven't done that. I haven't done that yet. So this is my first time, like, literally crying during a thriller. But it was so good. There was a subplot of romance during this, which really helped hook me in the very beginning, and I loved it because there were so many, like, I don't know, there was 3 possibilities. I was like, count me up, because I'm a romance girl, so count me in, not count me up, count me in, because, well, I mean, like, I was counting up as we got more and more. I was like, wow, there's so many potentials right here. Dante was my favorite. I really liked Seamus. Seamus was kind of like, he was kind of her bodyguard at some points during the book, and Dante was like her first love that she'd known since she was like 16, and I had a good time. I said this on TikTok, but this book felt like it had the most twists ever. I could not tell you what I was thinking during this, because there would be a thing and then it would kind of point you in a direction, and I'd be like, wait, I think I see where this is going. No ma'am, no sir, no friend. No, I didn't know where it was going. So, with that being said, I think one of the things I really enjoyed about this book was that there was a certain amount of people on the train, and because we had this one location, I thought, okay, this might be a little bit more boring. Like, we're not traveling anywhere, we're not going anywhere, we're stuck on the train. And this is, I think, my first book that I've read where it's specific to a year. We learn what happens in 1942 when 6 people destroyed Anna's family. 12 years later, she's ready for retribution. So I thought, I'm like, oh, okay. And the third person point of view in the past, and then having to really get into this world, was a little bit hard. I felt like it was kind of slow, but it was so worth it because there was a really big turning point where something happened, and immediately I'm like, okay, I'm really hooked. And the deeper we got into the book, like this was 380 pages, the more and more I got into it, the more and more I was loving it. I really enjoyed the like big finale, and I really thought it was so fun because it kept me guessing really up until the very end. Like I had no idea what was going on, and I said that, but I had no clue. Usually I'm pretty good at figuring out like the thrillers and figuring out, okay, I think I know who it is. I'm not actively trying to do it. It's not like I'm gonna put the clues together and I'm just gonna sit back and relax and see where this goes, but I do try and like, hey, I think it's this person, and my jaw was on the floor by the end of this. And I also, I want to say this just so you guys know this is why I'm giving this kind of rating. There was one thing that I wish I could change. I'm not going to say it because it would kind of spoil it for you guys. There's literally one thing I wish I could change. I'm not even going to add it in the video because I would hate for you guys to like forget to skip and then hear what I'm gonna say. So there's one thing that I'm gonna take a 0.25 mark off. So I'm going to give Riley Sager's With a Vengeance a 4.75, which is really crazy because I think it's so funny because it was such a roller coaster, and this book became maybe in my top 2. I think House Across the Lake is still my favorite Riley Sager book, but this might be my second favorite Riley Sager book, which is crazy. Just in my head, I'm like, I'm shocked, but I had a great time reading this book. I definitely recommend you guys read this book. I don't have the book we're reading next with me right now, but we are going to be reading Annabelle Monaghan's Same Time Next Summer. I'm already 30 pages into it. Literally so cute. I was very skeptical about her books. I was like, oh, I don't know, because she's not very dialogue heavy, which is not my personal vibe. But her writing is so good. Her stories are so wholesome, so summery, so cute that I literally love them. I finished It's a Love Story a couple books ago. It wasn't even a couple. It was Riley Sager's book and Taylor Jenkins Reid book, and then I read that before that. It was so freaking cute. So far, I'm really liking this one. It looks like it might be like my top 2. I know she only has 4 books, but it might be one of my favorites because it's so fun. It's so cute. We're in Long Island, and this is second chance romance. And she has a fiance, and I can just tell there's gonna be a little bit of like a, oh, who do I choose? And I'm so here for it. Like, I'm trying to find things that give me the same vibe as like the Belly and Conrad, just, I don't know, absolute slow burn, absolute tension. And I think this is gonna give that to me. So I'm so excited. Let's go continue to read Same Time Next Summer. Guys, because I'm just trying to have fun, I thought I wanted to come out in tan because we're actually going to go and see The Materialist because it came out while we were in Florida. So I'm outside in the pool right now. I have like 5 minutes until I have to go in and then change and get ready for the movie. So I'm gonna just like put on my clothes, get my makeup on, I got my hair done, it's up. But I thought since we're outside, since we're just chilling around and having fun, I thought I could give you guys my little review of Same Time Next Summer. So I am currently reading Ashley Poston's new book because I just finished Same Time Next Summer. So I've read a couple chapters of her new book and it's literally eating. It feels like a One Direction Wattpad turned into like a real book. But let's get to Annabelle Monaghan's book. So clearly I don't have the book with me because it's inside. I didn't bring it out to the pool because it's finished, and I did not expect to do the review over here, but I thought like, let's just do the summer vibes because I feel like that's what she would want us to do. She'd want us to just have fun in the pool. So I loved this book. I loved Sam, and I really liked Wyatt. I think the best thing about this book is that it gave off like this 2000 summer kind of movie, but it was so clean and it was so short and cute. It was literally only 280-ish pages, so it was such a fast read. Once I got into it, there was no stopping me. Like literally, I could not put this book down. I think I read it yesterday for about 4 hours total throughout the day. So I finished this book in like 2.5 days because at first I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm loving it because it was taking me a second to get into it because I hated her fiance Jack so much that I'm like, I'm not vibing with him. I knew he wasn't
going to be the guy she ended up picking, but I just couldn't get into it for that reason. And then I took it out to the pool with me and I was like reading it, and for some reason it felt like I had been transported to Long Island, because that is where our book mainly takes place. She is a city girl, she lives in the city, but her family has a summer home over in Long Island that they come to every summer, and I am a complete sucker for a second chance romance, and that's what this book was. And we have like a little bit of a past plot line too, and I was screaming the entire time. I thought it was funny because the kind of format of the book, the tropes of the book, is very similar to my book that I'm writing, Everything I Wanted, and I thought it was so funny because it literally felt like my book, but if it was just like this cutesy summer book where the the main character didn't know what she wanted, and I loved it. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I'm going to give Same Time Next Summer a 5-star. I'm so surprised because I honestly didn't think I was going to like it this much. Like, I thought I was going to give it a 4-star because I loved It's a Love Story, and I thought that was my favorite Annabelle book. But no, this has taken the cake. This has taken the spot because I love second chance romances so much. And the slow burn, I was screaming, like, guys, you need to get together. You need to get together. Like, there was literally, I don't even think they didn't get together really until the very end. So it was like a perfect summer beach book. I feel like rereading this already, which you know means I like it. And I keep telling my mom about it, and I'm going to recommend this book to everybody I know because it's so cute. It's so good. It's perfect summer vibes. It's perfect for the summer. So now we are going to move on to Ashley Poston's book, and guys, so we are following Joni, and her love interest's name is Seb, and I'm picturing him as a combination of Niall from 1D and Zayn and Sebastian Stan, because his name is Seb. So I'm already eating this book up. I stayed up until 1:30 last night because I said I wanted to read a chapter. That one chapter got me to page 50, so I read more than one chapter because that's how good it is starting. And she is a famous songwriter, and now because she's done so many, she's in this like kind of songwriting block. And I think the fun little magical element, because Ashley Poston always has a magical element, they can like, I think they can talk because of this earring. I only know because I read the acknowledgements, but they had a little communication in their head when he kissed her on the kiss cam. And guys, tell me why I screamed. Like, I'm already eating this up. I think this might be one of my favorite books of the summer. I know Ashley Poston is my girl. I've never not loved one of her books. Like, 7 Years Slip is literally one of my top books of all time. I love her romances. Like, they just feel so, I don't know, like cutesy and fun. And this one, because it's pink, it's bright pink, it just feels like the perfect summer read. And I'm ready to feel like I'm being adopted by One Direction. So let's continue reading that. I'm going to go watch The Materialist, and then when I come home, I'm gonna read, and I will update you guys a little later. So reading montage, let's commence.
Don't wanna be a one-man woman. Got me stranded like a boat in the sand. Just the thought of not spreading my wings drives me crazy.
Guys, I was not gonna come on immediately after the pool, but I have gotten to page, I think, just around 140. I'm on page 138. I'm speechless. I'm actually screaming. I have completely fallen in love with Sebastian Feld, and the premise of this book is so fun. We have already had a cameo from both main characters in 7 Year Slip, and I actually screamed when I saw Clementine come in because she's my favorite Ashley Boston girly, and I love her so much. Like, I want to be her best friend. And I've already fallen in love with Sebastian Fell. I don't know what it is about him, but he's got this thing going on, and I'm like, yes, you are my favorite. Like, I love this man so much. I think I might be picturing him as Harry Styles now, but also Sebastian Stan, because his name is Sebastian. I'm speechless. I've been drinking watermelon lemonade outside, and I was outside for about an hour and a half. I am now on page 138, and this book has around 350 pages, I think. It's 357 pages long. My phone keeps like turning off because it's so hot, but so this was the best day. I love spending time in the pool and just reading, but this has been the best pool day because this book is so good. Like, we're at the point where I'm like, guys, I'm just functioning for this book. I'm only awake today for this book, so let's continue reading. This is literally so addicting. Like, I honestly just have to laugh at myself because I've done this to myself multiple times, but I always leave my reviews like right before I go to writing. So currently we're going to be doing a really fast review of Sounds Like Love by Ashley Boston. Guys, when I tell you I love this book, that is an understatement of the year, literally. So I was not expecting to love it as much as I did. Like, when I heard the kind of premise of the book, when I heard the summary of the book, and I read the back, and I'm like, oh, wait, this is really fun. She's a musician, like, she's a songwriter. I love that. And then we had this whole, oh, they can talk to each other because there's this, like, weird magical thing going on, which I really wish we got a little bit more of an explanation. I'm just gonna be very critical of that. I wish we got like more of a, why were they talking in each other's heads? Like, I know why. I'm not gonna say why because we'll kind of like spoil the book. But I wish we got just a little bit more of an explanation. I feel like we got more of an explanation in 7 Year Slip. I feel like The Dead Romantics is a little bit more straightforward. We got, I think is it Novel Love Story? I can't remember, the one where she goes into the town. It is a novel love story. Good job on me for remembering that. I read a lot of books. I was like, wait, I feel like I'm messing it up with the Annabelle Monaghan book, but no, I'm really happy about remembering that. So I wish we got that. I feel like there could have been a little bit more of like an explanation, but the entire time I was reading this book, I was like, guys, this is so much fun. I honestly felt like I was reading fan fiction. I say this, I feel like that's just for me, the entire feeling, the entire like reason why like this book is just wrapped up in the fact that it felt like this so high-end, this luxury 1D fan fiction come to life, and I was Joni. Like, she is your name, and I'm like, yeah. Hell yeah. Hell to the yeah, because I really liked it a lot. I love Ashley Boston's writing because she gets so into the character's head, but it's so fast-paced. I feel like you're never sticking on to one thing for too long, and the beginning of every single one of her books, top tier. I feel like you get into the book so quickly that you never have to go, who is this person? What's happening? Like, you always start out the book with a bang. Like, you have something that's like hooking you immediately, and I think this one was the best one because we start out on this balcony during Willa's show, and she is a very famous singer. So we're literally in like this big stadium. We're up in the balcony with none other than Sebastian Fell, who is literally the bad boy of one of the bands, and he is Roman Fell, who is a very famous singer in this book. Like, he's his dad. I do have to say, there is a very sad subplot that goes on with her mom because her mom is suffering from dementia. So she's going home for the summer to kind of have this like one last good summer where her mom feels like herself and when she still has like her memory intact, because right now she's just kind of suffering from like little memory loss issues, but it's been getting progressively worse. And seeing her deal with that is it's so hard, especially since I know so many people deal with this, and I know personally people who have dealt with this, where their parents or their grandparents, but every single time I read another character suffering with this and the way they describe it, it's so painful because you can feel it from the person watching it happen, and then you get to kind of see how it really, when you really get to hear how the person who has dementia, when they have their good moments and they say how they're feeling and how afraid they are, like it's making me tear up now, but it was making me so emotional. But this book is so good. I think I have to give it 5 stars. I think I'm going to think about this book for a long time. So I think my final rating is 5 stars for this book, which is insane because I literally just gave, basically, With a Vengeance, I would even just bump it up to 5 stars because I have thought about that book a little bit. So it's not my favorite book of all time. So I might keep it at 4.75. I don't know, but this book does deserve a 5 star. So I thought we could read one final book together since we have finished the Ashley Poston book, and I have no idea what I want to read. I'm gonna read the rest of this. Why not? I feel like I need to. I've gotten this far. 150 pages is a good chunk into the book. So let's continue reading Bury Me in the Guys, I can't speak today. I can't say bury me. Let's continue reading Bury Me in the Midnight Soil. I don't know what I'm saying.
Hey, G.M. Blue, nice to see you.
I thought I'd update you guys while I'm out at the pool because I currently have Bury Me in the Midnight Soil with me. I am on page 160. I haven't made much progress and it's been 2 days. This is the second day, so luckily it's only been 1 full day before I spoke with you. But I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm just not getting into it, but whenever I'm like, oh, if I'm not gonna read this, what am I gonna read? I can't think of anything. There's new releases coming out, and when they come out, I know I'm gonna immediately read them. But the books that are on my TBR right now, I just can't get myself to read them. And it makes me think maybe I need to do a challenge. Maybe you guys need to pick my books for me, but I don't want to get into a reading slump, and that's what it's feeling like because I just can't seem to pick up a book. But I think it's because I've had so many good books in a row now that as soon as I'm having to work for it, it's not vibing with me. It's making me so nervous though.
He showed me plenty. I asked him nicely, do you have them in blue? Hey, G.M. Blue, nice to see you. You know I need you to get around, oh yeah, to make a dance. Nice to see.
Hi besties, it has been a few days. I actually haven't read any more of Bury Me in the Midnight Soil. I, for some reason, cannot get through this book. I think I am not in the fantasy mood. I'm definitely not in like a vampire mood. I don't know what it is. I think it's just because I am such a mood reader and my mood is not telling me I want a fantasy book. I do not want the fantasy vibes right now. I really just want like the cutesy summer romance vibes. Like it is summer outside. I want to read the lighthearted summer books. Bury Me in the Midnight Soil is not doing it for me. It is a really good written book. I think I'm really going to like it, but I think it's best for me and my enjoyment and not putting myself into a reading slump too. To stop this book. So we're actually going to end the vlog here. I just want to say thank you so much for following along. If you've made it to this point of the video, comment this emoji so I can know you're one of the real ones. Thank you so much for watching. Keep slaying. I love you so much and bye-bye.
There's been a lot of bumps in the road.